and then we check this end. You'll see that the motors are running at a different speed. I don't think this 2 motor setup is going to work, not as it is. It might be easier to control 2 stepper motors, but this, going by the scale of the things, I've got a couple of alternatives. One would be to use a single ram on its own to operate. And hopefully it's got enough power, or to somehow use one motor to drive 2 screw threads. So that's going to take a little bit of a think to see if I can drive that. A bit more research I think we'll have to do before we can continue on with that. From the previous videos, you could see that I was having trouble synchronizing the 2 rams, the 2 boom rams together, and it proved to be very difficult to get the 2 motors to run at the same speed. It meant revisiting this whole system, and I've come to the conclusion that it will work with a single ram. So this is the whole boom arm. I've done some tests and it's certainly got the strength in the motors to lift the whole thing, the whole assembly up. Once I'd established that I was going to use a single ram, it meant redesigning the whole bracket system to accommodate a single ram. I've got to redesign now the motor mounts so that it will actually go in between the lugs like so. So I shall probably make a couple of spacers or something for it to go through the hole and to be able to hold the motor central, allow it to pivot through the arc, and stop any side play like that. So from here on in it will be redesigning a motor. I might have to move this to a more central position to give us more clearance underneath the bracket because I've only got 15mm clearance between here and the top section of the track frame, so I've got to have enough clearance for the whole machine to slew around. So bearing that in mind as well, I could gain a little bit of clearance by moving this pivot point on the motors, the lugs on the motors, up to more of a central position. But I've also got to bear in mind whatever I do down here moves this up, and it will start to interrupt how low or the movement of the arm. So it's a combination of getting the length right, the mounting in the right position so that the arm comes down low enough to clear all of that, and then raise high enough to dump the load. So here we are with the latest bracket. I've increased the bore diameter, so that's 9mm, and I've made up, this is the new motor mount, and these spacers inset into the motor housing like that, and the screws, so it's sandwiched together, if you see what I mean. So there's two of those, and the fixing bolts set in there, hex screws. So that's the way that this is going to be bolted together. I've got to figure out a way of getting this wiring out of the way too. So that's what I'm thinking about at the moment, is the best way to sorting the wiring, but that will come into play after I've fixed the RAM, so I know exactly what the movement will be, and then I can determine that how the wiring is going to route.